All right, hey guys, good morning. It is a very nice day out today, so I'm really looking forward to. Man, I don't know why. It's like my phone was struggling to get the brightness right. Okay. I am gonna just walk down. So I talked yesterday about finding out that there's a gym that I can go to, which is cool. I don't think I'm going to do it today, so it'll have to be probably tomorrow. But, sorry. It is 8:32. But yeah, this is a really cute neighborhood. I'm really pleased with the place so far. So I had a nice conversation with the owner again. She was getting ready to garden, so that's cool. But yeah, I was a little worried about the bed because I thought maybe it would be too hard, but honestly, turns out it was fine. I think I slept a little awkward, but you know what? It was a good sleep. I don't feel any soreness, which is great. And I was curious if it was a latex or a memory foam, because I was thinking, I've heard about these latex beds that, oh, little birdie, hi, good morning. He's trotting through the little dew grass. I mean, it's just grass, but it has dew on it. But, oh man, it honestly is the perfect temperature where I can wear my jacket, but the wind still feels really good. I saw a ton of bunnies on the way home. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many bunnies. But yeah, this is a great location already, I can tell. I'm heading to this grocery store. There's also some other restaurants. Thinking about picking up that chicken, whole chicken, so that I can throw it in my salads, which I don't know if I'm gonna actually eat anything else today. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. What I meant to say was I don't think that I'm going to eat I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. It's okay. I guess I'll say that I might eat breakfast at a place around, or maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I don't know. But I know I'm getting that chicken. Maybe get some deli meats and bread for sandwiches. Ooh, that could be good. I could even get I do love sandwiches. So maybe getting, although they did say that deli, or the bakery there, was kind of shit. So it looked fine, but you know, I'm gonna trust them on that. They were very very outspoken about the bread there not being great, or the bakery part not being good. But yeah. Other than that, I think this is going to be great. Honestly, this walk to this place is only like 35 minutes, which is kind of the perfect amount. Oh, maybe I could get an umbrella there so I can walk in the rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm gonna catch up on my posts. Tomorrow also might be the day that I do my recaps and some other videos, side content videos. I don't know yet. I mean, if I did, it's posted. So, probably should be walking with or against the traffic, if I'm thinking about it, because I can't really see behind me. So that would kind of help. And I kind of want to blow my nose. Oh my gosh. There was a little bird attacking a crow. It was crazy. The crow must have done something to fuck with it. I don't know. But, man, there is a lot of, animals out today. Seagull. What are you doing over here? I guess it is kind of close to the water. It's circling. Why are you circling, bro? This is a really nice area. I didn't really get a chance to enjoy it yesterday. Because I was so focused on getting home and it was starting to get dark. But, oh my gosh, this tree is so, I love the petals falling. Look at this. Oh, it's not very good at picking it up, but you can see on the ground all of the petals falling and everything. There's a plane getting into the airport. But yeah, I can already tell that this is going to be a great location for the week. Yeah, it might rain tomorrow, but that's kind of perfect. It might rain on the weekend, which would be too bad, but maybe there's a reason. So I'm not too worried about it. Sorry, I'm just looking around. I really like this. Look at this little, little front patch area. It's cute. Oh, hi birdies, hi. Gosh, that sounds crazy. Hey, little squirrely. Hi, you're digging for something, huh? Oh, you saw that I was coming and you got freaked out, huh? the Boyds and the squirrels and the... I don't see any bunnies this morning. I think they only come out at night, which is... Maybe counterintuitive? Or they only graze in the evening? Oh, little cute little birdie, huh? You know, it's kind of a wonder how basically just getting up, having the sun out, and then walking. It just totally, your mood just gets elevated, or at least my mood does. Wow, what a cool tree. This is an old guy. I love these like droopy branches. You see this guy? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I woke up at 4:44 this morning and I was like, what the fuck? Talk about fucking timing. I wrote down some stuff. I don't remember now. I have my dream journal next to me. Not next to me here, but next to me on the nightstand. So, ooh, another really pretty tree. It's really cool. That woman just went right through the stop sign. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It's you know, getting up, going for a walk, and then kind of, it just sets your day up for a pleasant time. Okay, that's the first time I've seen a sign like this. I just have to show it just so that it doesn't sound like I'm being like insensitive when I say it. Here, I'll show it. I mean, I don't need to say anything. You understand. Never seen a sign like that. Well, this is cool. Wait, I gotta just stop over here real quick. I kind of saw this last night, but I didn't think too much about it. What is this? Just a little boardwalk. History of Deer Lake. Huh. Okay, there's a little Deer Lake thing. Yeah, this is so cute. Okay, hold on. Flipping you guys again. Alright. Hey, look at this. It's like... This is really cute. You got like ducks and whatever else. That's cool. Okay, I'm flipping you back. Hello. Me and my hair blowing in the wind. Alright. I can, in fact, fit the bag in my pocket. Yes. Oh, that's cute. There's little lanterns with sun fucking flies with the fuck are they called? Solar panels. I was like, with sun collectors of the sun. Okay, I mean, I pretty much already mapped this area out at this point in terms of okay. I thought that bag was a dead squirrel and I was going to be really sad, but it wasn't. So now I'm not really sad. Not the X tree. I think that tree's getting chopped down. I'm trying to, I don't know if you guys have really noticed this or not, but I've been trying to kind of pin down my style on how I do videos and what I actually am going to include and not include. I think I definitely like the morning walks. So I think doing like a morning walk when I can. Maybe I can even do it in the rain and just have an umbrella. Because, you know, unless it's torrential rain, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, it was also really nice that the owner lady was talking to me about, man, I feel bad because I actually don't remember her name. Maybe I can get it off of the listing so that then I don't have to keep referring to her as, well, okay, I guess on here I should just still refer to her as owner lady, but just so I don't dox. But they are just such a sweet couple. But yeah, she was asking like, oh, how'd you make it home? And did you go the way that we pointed out, or did you go a different way? And, you know, where'd you get to eat? And, you know, not in a nosy way, in like a concerned way. So I don't know. It was really nice. I haven't had someone concerned like that in a very long time with like my well-being. So it's funny. It's like even my roommates, you know, I do love them, but there's a distinct like I'm being nosy and I'm also just side checking what you're doing. And so it's like the distinction between that and this lady is like so it's so obvious to me that it's like, yeah. Like, wow. And you know, nothing wrong with the way the roommates do things. It's just I understand where they're at. So, but and I don't doubt, just to be clear, I don't doubt that the roommates care about me. It's just there's like priorities, and the priorities are a bit different and skewed. So, oh, they're just working on the front patio. Huh. Oh, I wonder if they're doing brick. Good morning. It looks really good. Okay. Yeah, they have it like so perfectly straight, all neatly in a row. It looks so good. So, I wonder if they're the same people that did the others in the area. Because there's like a theme. A lot of people have been doing this brick on the side. Like here, let me show you real quick. Okay, you see this? How they do like the brick on the side? And you can see a lot of driveways have this. I kind of wonder if it's like, yeah, we're the cool kids on the block with the bricks lining our side. Honestly, it does look good. So, there isn't really anything to complain about. But, I need to blow my nose. Okay, I'm gonna do something that's gonna be fucked. I'm gonna flip so that you can't see anything and put you in my pocket. So, I'll be back in a second. I'm not actually going though. You'll just, yeah, okay, give me a sec. Okay. Alright, getting my tissue. Alright, you back. Okay. This just seemed way easier than whatever the fuck I was gonna do before, or in the past. I didn't even think about doing it that way, but it just seems so clean doing it that way. Even though it means that there's like a minute or a second or two of blackness, but you know. I do love these maples. I love the way these maples look. It's like, I don't know. There's something about them. I love the aesthetic. I think maybe it's because as a child we had them in our front yard / side yard. So, and I used to climb them when I was a kid. But, man, thinking about how climbing trees as a kid, it was like such a massive undertaking to get like 3 feet above the ground or 4 feet above the ground. But you were totally confident as a kid in like, yeah, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with doing this. And then the parents are like, oh my gosh, they're climbing. Don't fall, you know. Which, to be fair, understandable. But, I don't know. Thinking about it now, it's like, yeah, climbing trees. I guess it was kind of fun to climb a tree and then just sit at a really high branch, high relative to like, you know, you didn't care if you broke a branch on accident. It's just like, oh, well, you know, it's a tree. It breaks branches, whatever. But, ooh, oh my gosh. I love this white and dark red, these two trees. The aesthetic on this. Okay, I gotta show you the aesthetic. Hold on. I love the contrast there. It's so good. It's like, oh, and then you got the little planter. It's like they teamed up Yeah, but look at how awesome this tree is. Like, that's a climbable tree if I've ever seen one. Forgot to flip you over before I did that. But and then I'm not gonna flip you over again for it. I'll just do a quick drive-by. See the little bushes, the little pink bushes? Those are cute bushes. Okay, okay, hold on. This is the beginnings of a great tree in the making. Look at how cute and tiny it is. It's so adorable. This house is actually kind of cute. Anyway. Ooh, wait, but this, I guess you'll probably see them when I pass, but wait, okay, I have to flip you guys around. These two, like, up close it's not as striking, but oh my gosh, it's so cool. You know, I'm a big fan of pink in nature. Pinks and reds and the purples. I think it's also nice, though, to have them kind of, I don't know, like, interspersed. Like, I don't think only pinks and reds and purples would look as good as having the green backgrounds, or like, you know, like the white and dark red that I showed you guys. Like, the contrasting colors are what make those colors pop out, you know? So, oh my gosh. It is so crazy loud here. To be fair, it is a 4-lane fucking highway. So, honestly, the fact that I can talk at all is pretty good. And I think I have a rock in my shoe. That is a bummer. Oh, this is a perfect opportunity for me if I can make it across faster. Fuck it. If I make it across, I make it across. Still have to cross the other way anyway. And I have a rock in my shoe, so. Yeah, I won't make it, but that's okay. Organic tick and mosquito control. Wow.
Wait.
Nope. Yeah.
Wait.
Alright, I'm gonna fix my shoe.
Parkdale Drive.
Alright, well, I got the rock out of my shoe, which is great. So, that's something. Oh, whoops. I almost walked past the thing.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Now that the wind is to my face, it feels really good. I hated the wind fucking smacking my hair around, smacking my eyes. But, yeah. Oh, these people have a stand-up MRI. That's cool. Or maybe it's just a banner? I don't know. But, I'm getting close. I also have been thinking about, like, stating out loud.
231.
Like, okay, I do have the right of way, guy. Fucking almost destroying me. Okay, so I've been thinking about what I want in life. And tomorrow maybe tomorrow that'll be the day that I do all this. I'm putting a lot on tomorrow, Tom. So, forgive him if he does not get it all done or gets distracted and does something totally different. Whatever will happen. But I don't want to walk next to the freeway if I don't have to. So I'm going to walk in here. But I have been thinking about truly, like, what does a perfect Tom day look like now? Because I think it's different from before the trip. And I don't know. It's like, okay, 32-minute walk. Not bad. I don't know how many miles that actually was. Probably like a mile and some change. But yeah, I don't actually know what that looks like. Like, I do, but I don't. So I think formalizing it. Is Just Salad open? Oh, what? Now open. Okay. What time? What are their hours? I didn't even know that there was a Just Salad here. That's really cool. I don't even know what Just Salad is other than it being Just Salad. Wow, surprise. Maybe I'll get some Just Salad there. Although I did get all the things for salad. So that'll feel a little weird. Whatever. But yeah, I want to, like, formalize it in a video. And maybe what I'll do is, like classic Tom, I will probably work through it in the video. Just be like, all right, sitting down, start recording. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Let's work it out. And then maybe once I do I work out the video, because I think that would be a good experience for you guys to kind of see how I kind of work through things. And then once I do that, I'm here, by the way, so I'm just finishing my thought and then I'm going to leave. But yeah, basically, once I work through it, then maybe making a formal, like, this is the manifestation video of, like, a slice of that existence. So I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna go. I might get food first. I'm not sure. I'm gonna walk in here and see if maybe they just have food that I'd want to get here instead. But I don't know. Okay, bye. All right, I'm back. And oh my gosh, I understand what they were talking about. It's 9:19. I understand what the couple is talking about don't go in there hungry. Fuck. I went and I'm like, oh my god, they have stuffed bell peppers that look delicious. And then they have stuffed artichoke. Holy crap, now I have to try these. And then I'm like, well, this like prosciutto like ball, rice ball, sounds awesome. So I gotta try that as well. And then I'm like, fuck, there's so much other stuff I want to try there too. I did not expect to get in the danger zone immediately. So I got that. And then they had a, what's it called? Hang in there. Then they had just straight up sashimi packaged at the like sushi counter. And I'm like, fuck, excuse me, I'm sorry. I gotta get that too. So, I mean, that and then the original chicken. And I'm like, wow, I'm stocked up on meats. The fish I'll have to eat later in the day. But like, I have food for the whole day and probably tomorrow. Just from the stuff I just got from that deli. And I was telling them like, I was just like, I got so embarrassed because I was like, what do I do here? How do I order? And they're like, oh yeah, you get a number. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I started trying to order from their little kiosk thing. And they're looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? They didn't say anything. They were just watching in amusement. And I'm like, oh, isn't this what I'm supposed to be doing? No, it wasn't. That's only if you're going into the store to get food and then you want to, what's it called? And then you want to, still order something and have them like get it and prepare it while you're getting other food. I'm like, well, I'm never gonna need that. But they had another thing that had numbers where you print out the number. You just click on the thing and print out the number. I'm like, oh, I get it now. We definitely don't have that. And that's the first time I've had to do one of those things. So, which is fine. I'm glad that they have a system. But it's like, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed, guys. And they're like, no, it's okay. Is this your first time? And then I'm like, yeah. And then one of the ladies says, is this your first time out of the house? I'm like, well, I mean, you could say that in a way. And, I just told them where I'm from and I'm here for a week. And I was told by the people I'm staying with about how dangerous this place is. And then I'm like, oh God, it really is dangerous because I'm hungry and I came in here. And I came out with, it's gorgeously prepared. And honestly, it's a really good price for like a whole, I don't know what they put in it. I'll have to try it out, but a stuffed full artichoke, not a heart, but the whole artichoke, $7. Like, that's a steal. Artichokes by themselves cost a lot. And like, having it prepared the way they have it prepared it looks so good. So I'm kind of like, okay. Oh, there's a chiropractor here. Huh. That's cool that there's a chiropractor so close. If I ever want to get adjusted again. Which maybe. We'll see. But, yeah. I don't know. It was a very... I felt like it was a wholesome interaction, even though I totally botched everything. It's just so funny. They were just so confused at what I was doing. Oh man. Anyway, so this is just how I roll. Honestly, it's like, how there's deer in the headlights? There's deer in the headlights, and then there's me. And I don't deer in the headlights. Instead, I will, I'll mildly panic, not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, hearing what someone said, but then not understanding, it not connecting to me, and then feeling embarrassed to ask, hey, I didn't hear what you said, or hey, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me, even though you said something clear in English. And so then I just I wander around trying to figure it out. Okay, what is this puzzle I'm supposed to be learning? And then afterwards, having the, oh wow, that's an interesting interaction I just saw there. But then I remember forever, so I will never forget what happened there. So yeah, I don't know. Oh man. I'm gonna have to tell the owner lady about my small little escapade. And also tell them I've indeed succumbed to the dangers that lurk in that store. Oh man. God. Okay. So I don't know. I hope that other people find that endearing in some way and not annoying, because that's just part of how I learned something. Not saying I can't change it, but if I feel a bit overwhelmed in some way, that's how I respond. Is trying to just figure it out on the fly, and then ending up doing something really, really silly. But Oh, man. Oh, okay. We got 20 minutes left on walking. It's not too bad. I am also really glad that I got the meat today, because I wouldn't have had that awesome experience of realizing that they have some godly food that I can get in the mornings. Not that I couldn't get it in the evening, but, you know, having it freshly prepared, that there's something to that. So, me trying to fucking flick my hair. Man, I am sweating. Maybe I shouldn't have worn my jacket. Nah, it's better to sweat a little bit than to be too cold and get sick or something. Oh, man. But, yeah. I'm pretty happy with my purchases. And I'm sure it's going to taste really good. We'll have to wait and see. You know, I'll let you guys know once things progress. Yeah, it looks so good. They're doing such a good job. Honestly, I think the like brick standing up looks so good. I can understand why everyone has it. It's like, it gives like a siding to the driveway. It also gives a really clean line for, you know, if you have grass next to it, to where you can just edge the grass and, you know, it's a nice line. That is a giant ass bee. Holy fuck. That bee was like bigger than my thumb. Whew. I'm getting a workout. Because this stuff is not light. It's dense. Because I have a whole chicken. Got 1.5 pounds of stuffed bell pepper. It's just one bell pepper, but it's 1.5 pounds, which is crazy. Oh no. Mutilated squirrel carcass. That's so sad. But yeah. Oh, that's cute. It's like a little rose inside of a wheelbarrow that's half buried in the center of the yard as like a centerpiece. So that's cool. Okay. There's some shade. One thing that I wish this place had more of was more trees for shade. I think, oh yeah, wow, they have the sign on both sides. But yeah, good morning. That was a cool bike. Probably really handy to go shopping without having to use a car. But yeah, it would be really nice if there was just a few more trees to line the road. Hope the sashimi's okay with 30 minutes of being effectively, well, it's on top of another thing. So I guess I don't have to worry too much. But, yeah. The difference between being in the shade and being in the sun is insane. Like, if I had been walking the whole time in this shade, I wouldn't be sweating, I don't think. So, or at least if I was sweating, it would be very minor. The tree that's going to be axed. Okay, you know, I was thinking about how all the meals that I eat throughout the week could just be from this one store, this one grocery store. Like, that's how dangerous that grocery store is for, like, all their prepared deli section. I'm sure it's all gonna taste really good too. So, tragic that, from what I've heard, the bakery in there isn't good, or is kind of meh, because a good bakery, man, if that bakery upped its game, it'd be fucking over. I guess also I don't know what it's relative to. Like, it could be relative to where the bakery is good, but it's good with an asterisk where it could be way better because, or it could, there's like a higher ceiling because other places are just better. Oh my god, there's so many seagulls. What the fuck? Bro, what are all these seagulls doing here? What the fuck? They're all circling in the same area. Kind of wondering why. I mean, it is near the lake. There's the V formation of... What the fuck are those? Is that the fucking bald eagle? Those birds were big. I'm like, there's no way it's a V of fucking bald eagles. Because there's only one. That looked like a bald eagle. The others looked like hawks or something. I don't know. That was crazy. Okay. The stretch of... Do I want to do that? I just had an idea of just taking off my fucking jacket. I could do that. Hold on. Let myself air out a little bit. Ugh. Whew. Sweat. Feels like I want to take another shower. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's better. Oh my gosh. I am so sweaty. I didn't even realize how sweaty I was. Alright. Yeah, this is fine. Sorry, I had to itch my nose. I had no hands. Okay. Well, kind of, don't know. I mean, doing the phone stuff is nice because I really can just hold it up and record. But viewing wise, I have no idea how bad it is. You're effectively just viewing from a phone screen. Although, I suspect you're not watching this mainly for the views of like what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know. I've been trying to get out more and not record in my room or wherever. But, I guess if I was to view this content right now, I'd probably view it from the lens of second monitor content that I would put up. And yeah, I'd probably put it up at 2 times speed, and I'd listen to it on a second monitor while I'm doing other things. Or like while I'm like, you know, I could treat it like a podcast. A solo podcast where I listen to it while I'm just doing other work or whatnot. So if anyone's doing that, let me know. I'm curious. I'm curious how you guys watch this. This is the first time I've asked. Does anyone want to write in the comments what they, how they view the content? Because I guess that could change how will it? I was thinking maybe it changes how I do things. Nah, probably not. Like, maybe I'll keep that in mind. But, yeah. I've come a long way. Oh, what was that in there? I don't know. Maybe a bunny or something? Or a squirrel. Squirrels are the daytime guys, so probably a squirrel. But, yeah, I'm kind of thinking... there we go. I'm almost home. 24 minutes, okay. A new record. Yeah, what the fuck was I saying? I was talking about how I make the oh, right. I've come a long way from making content that is just like kind of in my room talking about stuff. I'm at least trying to show what I'm doing a little bit more. I think I need to get a little more bold with my filming when I'm going to cool spots, but you know, there's a balance. I don't want to be one of those annoying people that it's like, everywhere I go, I'm filming something and get fucked everyone who's watching, like, or everyone around. Like, I don't want to be that guy. So, And yes, that is how I view the people who are obnoxious when they're filming other people. Because most people just want to live their lives and don't want to. They don't want to be filmed. They don't want to be on a YouTube video. They just want to live their normal days. So I try to be as conscious as I can about that, because I don't think it's fair. Even if I was to ask someone, it's still kind of like, I don't know. Like, it can feel under duress almost. Like you ask someone, they say, well, I guess so. And then you film, and then later they have second thoughts about it. So it's like, I don't want people to feel coerced or whatever. So I'd rather just not have the potential. Am I already here? No, that's okay. Hi. Oh, hi. That was funny. But, I don't know. I hope you guys understand what I'm what I'm talking about. Because it's like, yeah, oh, they're just crows. They're just giant crows. That's crazy. The guys that flew over earlier, I think they were just crows, but they were big. Which is kind of crazy. Is that a bat that I just saw? I think I just saw a bat. What the fuck? Oh well. I was also completely wrong. I'm still sweating, but the wind is kind of cooling me off as I'm walking, so I'm sweating less. But I am still, in fact, sweating. Whew. These trees look like broccoli. It's kind of funny. Did I walk? No, okay. I almost thought I walked past the thing. But yeah, I've been enjoying everything so far. I got a really good workout, and honestly, more than I expected with just a walk. So, you know, whatever. Oh, man. Okay. I think I'm going to let you guys go here, because I'm just about there. I don't want to bother the nice people. You know, they don't deserve that. So, okay. I'm going to go. I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Alright, hello guys. My hair is already fucked up, and it is 1 second in. Okay, so I'm heading out to head to the mall, because there's a mall 1.7 miles or 1.8 miles or something. Either way, it's a nice day. Yeah, I'm wearing my jacket. Don't know if that'll be a mistake or not. But I was a little cold. And then I realized it was because I hadn't set up the heat properly down there. So I said, "Oh, little bunny, hi. Hi, cutie." Okay, well, anyway. So, alright. I'm pretty sure that I have directions in my head figured out. And if I do not, I do not. Wow, this is a 1-lane, 2-lane, 2-lane, 2-lane. I was thinking while I'm walking, I kind of wanted to, I mentioned earlier that I wanted to document the idea of, oh my gosh, this is such a busy one-way, or 1-lane. I say that and then there's no cars. That's like, what great timing. But, okay, so I talked about wanting to kind of work out what I want, manifestation-wise. And, oh my gosh, what is that fucking awful noise? That was an awful little sensor thing that just buzzes in a really high-pitched, annoying sound. It kind of hurt my ears a little bit. Like, what the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of just spitball a little bit on what the plan is in terms of like what would I like to see happen for my life. And I am going to be as I'm not going to limit myself. So there's going to be like, I think 2 sections. Oh boy. Street cleaner. And a street cleaner. Okay. Okay. It immediately caused steam to rise up from the water that the street cleaner's using. Okay, so with the current me, I'm going to start with fundamental stuff. Now, what I mean by fundamental stuff, these are the most basic things that if I had them, they're like foundations, okay? And I think this is really important to figure out the foundations first, because when you know what your foundational thing is of, okay, this is the bare minimum of what I would like to have on a day-to-day, then you can kind of, you know what your bottom line is, if that makes sense, on what you'll accept and what you won't accept. And I'm talking about like really basic stuff. So I think the first thing that I'm going to say, which I think, above all, it is the one thing where in this life, it's truly something I want to fully experience. And that is the whole divine partner stuff. And now, I'm not saying that the divine partner has to have anything specific. I'm just saying the fact that my soul and their soul are connected in some way on a deep level, that is like the bare bones to like interact with them in reality, because I feel them internally. So it kind of feels like if I don't get to do that, that's like, I'd be very disappointed in this lifetime. Now, I'm not saying when and I'm not saying how, right? But I'm just saying, like, foundationally, them being in my life in some way, that's like number one. And yeah, that is even before shelter, food, all of that other stuff. Now those are next, but if I had a choice, like, we would be able to figure shit out. So that would be number one. Number two, and again, these are all subject to change. I'm just kind of trying to spitball in my head. So number two, I think, would be probably, am I going the right way? I don't know. I mean, this is a long street. Anyway. So number two, I think, would probably be a house. What I mean by that is, like, I want a home base. And my kind of main things are, all of the, within that home base, all of the necessities that I would kind of have would be along the lines of, oh, come on, little earthworm guy. Here, I'm going to pick him up. Here, hold on. There you go. He was drying out. Didn't want him to die in the hot sun. Anyway. So, yeah, basically, having a good bed, obviously, like, the basic stuff, like clean running water, and electricity and all that fun jazz. But, like, in terms of actual like house stuff, really, like, it'd be nice to have a big nice house, but that's not really in the necessity category. I wasn't the right way. Enough to where me and my partner can feel comfortable and be able to, have like modern appliance stuff. I really like, in this place I'm currently staying at, the little touches, like the light switches having little glowy light bulbs in the clicker, so that when it's nighttime, you see them and you don't have to turn the light on in order to get the light. You don't have to like just fumble around in the darkness. Or like something really, really cute. They have this in the bathroom. When you turn the water on, there's a light that goes through the water, so you can see where your hands are when you're washing your hands at night. It's just like those little tiny touches. Or how you don't have to go crawling around for plugs to plug in your devices, because every lamp has a base stand that has a plug for, USB-C, which is like, what the fuck? And then standard 3-prong. That's awesome. So it's that kind of stuff where it's the little touches that make a big difference. So, I think having a house that's modern with all of the the little unique touches that you can kind of put on it to make it your kind of house that fits what you want. So there's that. And then the house, I would like for it to be in an area that is walkable, where it feels safe to walk, with trees, or at least someplace close that where you can, there's a butterfly. Hi, little guy. I found out in St. Louis, the butterfly exhibit, the reason it was closed was because the entire butterfly exhibit during a hurricane just fucking blasted open and all the butterflies escaped. So, so the reason why I've been seeing so many unique butterflies in that area is because, surprise, surprise, they're butterflies from the enclosure. So, that was an interesting thing. But, anyway. So, my point is, oh, hey guy, hi. But yeah, so my point is, if you think about the essential stuff that are like your bottom line, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe to other people it would seem fucked up or ambitious to say your bottom line is having a house. But I don't know. I know my value, and I know that like owning a house is a necessity. Simply, like, having a home base is a necessity, I think. And, you know, I know that I have the capability to, like, create money. If I want to make money, I can. There's a lot of ways I can do it. But for me, that's not really what it's been about. Hi, how's it going? Hi there.
Okay, he say hi to you. Come, please.
Hi.
Are you happy now? Let's go and take a look.
Oh, you're fine.
You see, he said hi to you. Right now. So let's go.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's doing that. I think that's kind of getting a house is like the bare minimum there for feeling secure. And what I mean by feeling secure is like feeling like I have a place to go back to. I feel secure inside. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in reality, having a place to go back to in between travel where it's a great location, I can decompress and relax in between trips. Because that is one thing I have found and realized through this little mini trip thing. Going from place to place feels... it's fine, but I either need to have longer stretches of time in between, or on the other side, if it's not longer stretches, not having everything back to back. One or the other. Because I don't think doing this on a 1 week you're there, the next week you're somewhere else, that seems too fast to me. I don't really, like, I finally get settled in like 2 days after, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, I've settled in, but I only got like a little bit of time to do things, and I don't want to rush. So because I don't want to rush, I feel like, I really only get like a day or two of like energy spurt if I'm like balancing myself, where I actually will be feeling up to do something. So that's kind of where I'm at there. And this is for longevity's sake. I'm not talking about like, yeah, if I have to spend like a month or two going from place to place to place, that's fine in the short term. But that's not a long-term sustainable pace. And again, this is all kind of implying that the partner's there and we're both doing whatever it is we're doing together. Okay, so I've got those two things hammered out. Food-wise, I just don't want to think about if I need to spend money on food. I don't want to have to think about whether I should be looking at the prices on the food or not. My main thing is I just want to be able to buy quality ingredients, and those quality ingredients, they cost a little bit more, that's fine. You know, now I'm not saying that I want to go and fucking DoorDash every day, right? But if it's hard to cook wherever I'm at, I don't have to think about, oh my gosh, I'm spending, you know, $20 or $30 a day on food for like eating out or whatever. Could be more. Like, I don't know. Depends on where you're at. But, you know, I don't have to think about that. And so the food is more tied into the money aspect. So really, whatever I am doing, I want to make sure that I can be doing the traveling, which I think what I'm going to be doing will involve the traveling. And again, I'm not too sure what that actually looks like, because I don't know for sure what my actual job, and I say job, but it's not, I'm not going to be doing a job. I'm going to be of service, and being of service will inevitably take care of my needs. And so my needs, while being of service, is having a safe and decent place to stay. It doesn't have to be some 5-star hotel, but I don't want to live in a crack shack. So when I'm out doing things, out of the places I've been to at my stay, that motel definitely felt a bit too like shady and like lower on the totem pole. It was $60 a night, and the location was actually fine, but like, I don't expect to be living in a place where there are cockroaches that are scurrying around and fucking beetles, and like the sink and the shower look like fucking Fallout 3 like rooms. Like I'm not interested in living in that kind of scenario. So monetarily, I don't really care about the number. What I care about is the lifestyle that where effectively there is enough coming in to allow me to pick a decent size, like a decent place, and assuming that my partner is coming with me at least some of the time, then that means enough for both of us to have like a decent sized space to where we can, as a crazy, there's just a power line that's just branched off. Oh shit, I didn't even check to see where am I going from here, because I got to the road I was supposed to be on. Do I just keep walking? Okay, I'm gonna go to the shade, pause, find out where I'm supposed to be going from here, and then I'll get back to you in a second. But pause on the, yeah, what we were talking about. All right, I'm back. I just need to there's a curve. It curves around onto a different street, and then I'm effectively there. I'll see it. So, which, by the way, these some of these yards are really pretty. I like, it's too bad about the trees, but also like, there's some artistic flair going on. And I see that people care about their lawns. So, anyway. So I definitely don't think I'd be happy going from place to place living in that motel or something similar. I don't think I would be happy with that. And I don't think my partner would either. Because I think my partner is also going to have a certain level of standard. So, again, like the place I'm currently staying at, it's around $100 a night. Now, that is a lot. But also, it's kind of like, I think that's kind of the bare minimum of like what you'll probably be paying per night for something that isn't in like a really bad area and whatever. So that's kind of, those are the basics. And then aside from that, I'm thinking, again, the food, pretty much whatever we want to eat, we'll pretty much be able to eat. And so those three things, having all the food slash whatever money is needed for that, not worrying about it, and then being able to, when traveling, be in some reasonable accommodation. I don't think that's too much to ask. And again, this is for a bare minimum thing. Obviously, if it's, what the fuck? Okay, I'm not going to touch this fence because there was a wire going straight up to the telephone pole. That was really weird and sketch. But anyway, so I'm kind of thinking that, if there's more going on where we can, depending on our situation, we can be a bit more, I don't know if extravagant's the right word, but like, staying in a nicer place. Obviously, that's fine with me. Again, I'm just talking about basics for now. So, in terms of structure, I don't know specifics, but like the tide, I want there to be an ebb and flow to travel where maybe I'm traveling for a couple weeks or a month or whatever the time frame is, but then in between those big chunks of travel, I want there to be chunks of leisure where we're back at the home base, wherever that would be, to be able to recharge, rest, and relax. This is why it's so important to have a really good foundational... Oh, maybe I should cross here, actually. Yeah, I should probably cross here. Because I'm thinking, if I don't cross here, I don't know if I'm going to have another chance to cross in a safe way. So, okay. Well, that was really convenient. I did a little square. I guess technically I didn't need to do that, but whatever. Listen, there's baby steps. I understand. A true New Yorker would have just walked across the street, especially because it's a one-lane road. But, you know, I'm working my way. But anyway, so I think I've hammered the lifestyle basics. Now, the specifics I'm not filling in because I don't fucking know. So it's like, oh, did I fuck up? I did. Well, it may not actually be a fuck up. I didn't realize that this curved more. Whatever. But, so now that I've gotten the, like, food, and shelter and partner situation figured out as, like, the triangle that, is kind of the constant. Travel-wise, I'm okay with traveling to as many or as few places as we want to. Alright, I went full New Yorker. There you go. Happy? Okay. But this, I can in fact cross in a great way. Oh. Well, whatever. I guess I could have crossed that side too. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. But, whatever. It's yellow. Well, good. Okay. Alright, now I should be going the right way. I think this is the thing I saw where I just kept curving. Anyway, yeah, if I have to travel a lot for work, I say work, if I have to travel a lot in order to, fuck, man. If I have to travel a lot in order to be of service, I'm okay with that. You know, as long as I get a little bit of recovery time, you know, if the schedule is pretty packed or hectic, that's fine. It doesn't bother me too much. The main thing is, if it's going to be hectic, having the downtime is essential. And also, you know, when it makes sense, having the partner there, because maybe the partner is also a part of the of service stuff, where the partner is doing their thing, I'm doing my thing, and we have like intersection on what we're doing. That would be great. If it's not exactly like that, and there's something else, that's fine too. But like, I definitely don't want to not see my partner forever, right? Like, I'm not saying we need to be conjoined at the hip, because I think having a balance of alone time mixed with periods where we're together is healthy and ideal. Especially because, you know, I'm coming off of being hyper independent, and I don't know, I get the feeling she's probably also going to be coming off of a hyper independent phase. So us being able to there's a Corvette. That's cool. Us being able to have that balance is probably, you know, I don't know because I haven't had it, but I would assume that it would be really awesome. So, okay. I can't tell the mall. I'm gonna walk this way. Oh, I forgot that they have buses. I know that sounds really silly, but I guess it makes sense that there are buses. I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to go over again or what. I don't want to know what this is. I'm just going to come over to it even if it's not right. Oh, this is a school. Okay, well. Okay, well, I don't care about that. So I guess I will walk through this. But yeah, so I think it's important. Like, I don't want to have someone who's clingy to me 24/7. And I don't think my partner will either. So that's why I'm kind of mentioning the balance. And obviously, it's up to us to figure out the balance, but yeah. So there's that. And then, okay, now it's this. Okay. I think that is the mall area. Oh man, I'm a little sweaty. Specifically, the arm carrying the phone is sweaty. I think the breeze is what makes this not awful. Okay. But yeah, okay, so partnership where we both have, it's the Venn diagram of the two circles with the intersecting as opposed to the two circles overlapping each other. There's like a difference there. And I think that's really important. I don't want either of us to be hyper dependent on the other person. It's okay to have like if one partner brings something that the other partner doesn't, it's okay for that to be a thing. But I think there's a difference between, having okay, I don't know what this is, but this is not what I thought it was. So I think I need to look on the map to see. I mean, it could just be further down here, but this is already going to be a 2-mile walk. I don't want to walk too much further. So I guess I'll go over to the shade, check the map, and then come back. But yeah, what I'm kind of referring to with one person bringing one thing versus the other, I don't care about who makes money, who doesn't make money. What I'm kind of referring to is like, I also really don't care about, I don't have an ego when it comes to like, if one person's more successful than the other, it's like, who the fuck cares? I'd be happy for my partner rather than like jealous or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, I'm in the shade though. I'll finish talking about this in a second. So I'll be back. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I just I just checked, and I was one street off. I got baited by whatever this building is. So, it is what it is. But I'll just have to wait until I see the Red Lobster, and then I'll be able to turn over. So but yeah, so I think both me and my partner, like, kind of a prerequisite for us to be partners is, gender norms and stereotypes and having ego be involved when it comes to whatever it is. None of that will be a part of the relationship. And if it is, then, well, I don't think we would have gotten together in the first place. So, because I know we both have been working throughout our lives in our own way to, like, grow and evolve. So, I think it's really important to Is that a bunny? Is that just... What is that? Oh, it's like... Oh, it's a bird? What? Or it's just cloth? It's just cloth. Okay. Wow. That plastic bag really looks like a bunny, a bird. It's just a pair of pants. It's not even cloth. Wow. But yeah, obviously, if I need to make money, sure, I'll make money. Like, if they need to make money, I'm sure they'll make money. So it's like, I don't think that's really, the like, what we do will inherently, the being of service is something where, and I know this is going to be a little controversial saying, but it's like being effectively on God's payroll, the universe's payroll, of like, it may not show up in the way that a traditional job will show up, but you will still have what you need. And that's the kind of service I'm talking about, where you just, how's it going? You just do what you do, and by you existing and helping people and being at the right places at the right time, everything will fall into place for you to have exactly what is required. Even if it sometimes feels a little scary because you don't know where things are going to show up from. But honestly, I'm just going to say it, I don't think that's even going to be a problem. I think us together will create something so, like, I don't know if viral is the right word, because, it may not be social media thing, but like, I think our partnership will really blow people's fucking minds. And I think there will be, like, material stuff and, like, all of that will be just kind of inherently figured out by whatever it is that we're creating. So yeah, but I'm just kind of mentioning it because I just don't think it's something to even be concerned about. It's not even on my radar because I just know that things will work out the way it's supposed to. So that's why I'm kind of more talking about the lifestyle as the necessity, because money, who gives a fuck about money? The only reason we care about money is because money can buy things. But at the end of the day, money is just a proxy for the things that you want to experience in a physical sense. And you don't always need money to experience the things you want to experience. So that's why money is not necessarily the end-all be-all. And that's why I don't give a fuck about it. It's like, I only care in so much as, okay, can I feed myself? Great. Whether I have $20 in my pocket or $200 million in my pocket, it's effectively the same number for that food. So, yeah, I just don't care. Scholastic book fairs, wow. But yeah, so there's that, and that's kind of my philosophy on money. And then there's where the fuck? Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I want to walk on the sidewalk, so I'm going to cross the street. But I don't give a fuck. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Alright, I think I made it to the mall. I can't really tell how long this took because I cut multiple times. Oh yeah, here's the Red Lobster. Oh, maybe it might be fun to eat at Red Lobster. I haven't eaten there in so long. Don't know if their food has gone downhill or not. You'd think probably not, but I guess you only really want to go there if you want to eat lobster or crab. So, I guess that's a take it or leave it moment. But, yeah, so after thinking about the lifestyle, like what else? Well, if it could be anything, which it can be, there's no way I'm not making a fucking MMO. I don't know in what capacity I would be making it. Could be that I direct the vision. It also could be that I code part of it. I don't know. But there is a vision that I have had for a long time. I would love to see that happen. Now, it's okay if you guys scoff at the MMO stuff. That's fine. I understand that lots of people have this kind of dream. But yeah. So there's that. Now, I don't know. I know there's an indoor part, I think. Just don't know. Okay. Guess I'll go this way. But yeah. Aside from that, by the way, this is a cool mall so far. Has like open alleyway street things, so that's cool. I know there's got to be an inside. I saw it. So I think maybe just going into one of these stores will probably be an internal thing. But so MMO would be great. I also have a lot of like designs I've come up with for like, there's this card game idea that I have that maybe I'll outline it and kind of do some prototyping, but I think it would be really fucking awesome. So I definitely think that would be cool. Oh, this is nice. There's like a little outdoor courtyard thing. Yeah, this is cool. And they have a little water fountain. Wow, yeah, this is very much worth walking to. This is very cool. Oh, there's a theater. I can check to see if there's anything cool playing. Maybe I can just watch a movie. But yeah, there's that idea, and then I think, I don't know. I'm thinking it'd be nice to I'm not gonna lie, I really want to do the whole city thing. If like we're just going balls deep, and how crazy of an idea I can come up with, making a city from scratch would be awesome. Now, I know that's a bit outlandish, but like, why not? I'm gonna sit down so I'll check out the movies in a sec. Well, I probably should check it out now, just to see if there's anything playing soon that I would be interested in. Okay, so this whole place is outdoor. This is cool. I love how, yeah, this is such a good idea. Okay, I don't know when that happened, but I must have flicked, let's see. Well, I honestly don't know where we were talking, but I think, God, that would have been so tragic if we like missed a bunch of it. Well, I'm at a theater, so I'm looking to see what they got going on. It is 2:08. I've already seen Project Hail Mary. I could watch, 2 o'clock is literally the dub of, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go watch a movie and I'll come back. Bye. Hey guys, just finished watching the new I Got Reincarnated as a Slime movie. So that was cute. I didn't plan on doing that originally, but I was just like, you know what? Why not? So, and now I'm just checking out this place a little bit. And yeah. Huh. They got like a burger. Oh, and then there's a bistro. Definitely come back here and get some food maybe at some point during the week. They have a decent amount of food places. So I've walked 14,000 steps. So I get the feeling I'm probably not going to do as many steps as I have been tomorrow, because tomorrow is when I'm going to go visit the uncle. Although I guess walking there, I might just, I don't know what my plan is, because tomorrow's raining, so I might just get a Uber to show up there, so I'll be like really low in steps tomorrow. So originally I thought maybe I should Uber home, because it's about an hour walk, but I think I'm going to have a decent amount of rest tomorrow, so don't think I'm going to overtax myself by doing 20,000 steps or more, because I think I was at 6,000. Yeah, so I think it's about 10,000 steps back to the place, so I think I'll be well over 20,000, but I don't know. I think I'll be fine. So yeah, I don't know, but I figured I might as well finish up the foundational stuff I was talking to you guys about, and I'd have plenty of time to do that on the walk home. So, but yeah, this is a really nice place. I think I definitely will come back for food. Maybe watch another movie. I don't know yet, but Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, because it's a nice day, and I don't want to just dilly-dally and do nothing. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, wait, where am I? Ale House? Home Depot. So I think I gotta go this way. Oh yeah, that's Red Lobster's that way. Okay, so I just realized inadvertently, I was like, I don't want to dilly-dally. And then I think about the idea that resting is dilly-dallying, and that's not true. So I'm gonna correct that statement on the spot. So I think I enjoyed the rest of the movie. I don't have to show up everywhere all the time to go and run around and do places and do 20,000 plus steps. I think it's equally important to rest. And, you know, there's something that one of the readers I was listening to the other day said, which really makes sense. And it's divine masculine is doing things, creating, sort of getting all of the things that you want to get done. And then the divine feminine is being. And being can be anything. It's just you being yourself, listening to intuition, and kind of you know, there's the rest, but there's also, just being yourself, if that makes sense. And part of being yourself is enjoying things that you enjoy, like playing video games or watching a movie or just vibing and watching your YouTube shows that you enjoy watching. Like, there's a few people I like watching on YouTube. For an example, there's a guy named Willjum that makes really good Rust content. I don't play Rust. I haven't played Rust in like 10 plus years. But I've always enjoyed his content because he makes some really great, like, combo content where on the one hand he's very good at Rust. He has like 30,000 or 40,000 hours of Rust, which is a fuckload of time. And he's just very good at that game. I could have gotten destroyed there. Sorry, I'm just focusing on making sure I can get across the street before I die. But yeah. But he's very good at Rust, and on top of being good at Rust, he also has this ability to really storytell in a great way using his Rust plays, where like he'll paint a picture, yada yada yada, whatever, But something that I kind of want to point out, which really is like the reason why he's so good at making content, is because number one, he's taken the time to hone his craft. Number two, so in this case it's Rust. I mean, he literally, he installs like raid alarms in real life in order to wake up so that he can get the good shots. He can get the good shots when it comes to like sorry, I'm just walking past a gun store. It's like, we train you, pistol, shotgun training. I'm like, oh my god. They just really are like, full carry state, get your gun today. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, okay. So this guy has, I don't know, he has a lot of subscribers. And what he's done is he's honed his craft in Rust. He goes that extra mile in order to get the really cool raid defenses and all that fun jazz. He loves what he does. And so because of that, he pays attention to detail. Okay? All the little things, and they add up significantly over the course of time. Then he takes it another step further by being consistent with putting content out there in a consistent way where he can maintain the output. So in this case, he does a video where he'll schedule like a week of time where he's going to play Rust nonstop, basically, throughout the whole wipe. He sets his plans up, he does that for a week, and then he edits his video, films his like voiceovers of different things that he's doing with the video, and then puts it into chunks, an hour to 2 hour chunks, and then releases it over the next couple weeks. And in between, he will do, other content. So it's like he has a good idea of his brand and what he can do to really make his videos new, fresh, and interesting each time. He doesn't do the same thing over and over again. He loves testing and all that stuff. So, the reason I'm kind of going through this and explaining this is because this is effectively creating a position where you can entertain or whatever it is. In his case, it's kind of like, it's entertainment, it's a story, so he's doing a narrative, and then on top of it, it's for people who play Rust, there is a level of like, you can learn a lot from him. Like, I know so much about Rust where I could probably hop into a Rust game and build similar, like have similar ideas and concepts I may not be as good as him when it comes to the like gameplay aspect, but he's taught me a lot from just watching. And you know, am I ever going to use those Rust knowledge skills? Probably not, but I do think of the way he builds things, and I'm like, yeah, like there's a logic and a idea behind each of his builds that he does. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is that, oh, the sidewalk just ends. Great. Okay. Okay. I'm getting towards the little curve boy. So, going into all of that detail, the reason is because I want to explain that I've also learned a lot in terms of honing a craft, creating a brand, on doing what you do. And it doesn't have to be a brand when it comes to monetarily. Like, sure, he probably runs ads. I say probably because, you know, with having premium, you don't get ads, so you just, you know, you didn't see them. But, you know, he also has his merchandise. Like, he has mouse pads, and he's done a few sponsors for, like, phones and Manscaped and, like, other companies. So, like, you know, he's done his thing. But the point that I'm making is we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from him on, like, so many aspects. And this is one YouTuber who just does Rust content, right? Like, there are so many really good streamers and YouTubers, and not even in that field, but just in general. If you see anyone who does their job with and loves their job, you can see this playing out over and over again. It's honing the craft, attention to detail, loving what you do, caring about the people that you're either serving or helping or whatever it is, right? And so, for me, whatever act of service that I do, this is the level of detail that I want for this act of service. And this is what I'm good at. You guys probably, well, you haven't really seen much of this side of me, but it's kind of waiting in the wings. I am such a min-maxer when it comes to, like, I min-max, like, World of Warcraft builds or Path of Exile, like, I don't know. The programming brain of trying to min-max things, it's just there. And I'm very good at doing that. Also, like, you know, when I played D&D, I would min-max my build and find edge cases, something fun and interesting that, you know, every single person that I played with, they're like, okay, you made this build that on the surface looks like dog water. What's the catch? What makes it broken? And it's like, well, you see, actually, these interactions in this specific way can make me really busted during this thing. And I just love doing that. So I have no doubt that whatever active service I do will incorporate that in some meaningful way, because that is something that I'm very strong at. And there's no reason I have built up that skill to an unreasonable degree for no reason. Like, there's no way I built that up just to let it sit and rot. So anyway, so there's that. And my right leg is starting to, I can start to feel the strain a little bit. So yeah, definitely tomorrow's a rest day where I won't be doing as much walking. I mean, to be fair, I am pushing myself more than the average day. But I kind of knew it was going to be a push if I went back and forth, but I feel up for it. Sometimes you just got to push yourself a little bit. Not too much, again. Giving yourself time to rest, but, which is what I learned. Oh gosh. I don't even know why I tried to go on that. But yeah. So looping back around to this like idea of the divine feminine being really is about showing off the different facets of who you are and incorporating them in your day-to-day. And you know, sometimes it's doable to just kind of passively do it. But then there are other times when it's like, well, how can I take this approach in a way that like makes the most sense for me with whatever you're doing. But anyway, you know, I'm getting a little superfluous here. So foundationally, I want to feel content that I am being myself on a day-to-day, which, to be fair, right now I do. And I have for a while. Something I've also, just side thing, something I've also found out, there's all of the me's before have been me. Like, and I don't think, how do I describe it? It's like, oh my gosh, the dust sometimes that certain cars pick up gets in my eyes. So, I'll give you an example. before this trip, all the things I was saying, that was all me. And at the time, that's the state I was in. I've never once not been me. It's just, as I grow, and as I've been like evolving, I've become me in new ways that I wasn't me previously. Or it's like, if I'm me all the time, which I am, the me all the time is growing. So, you know, it's kind of the idea of like a caterpillar. If a caterpillar eats a bunch of leaves, that is a big ass bee. Holy shit. Let me show you guys. I really want to look at how big this guy is. That's a big ass bee. Holy crap. Alright. Well, good luck, little bee, or big bee. Anyway. So as I was saying, a caterpillar starts out small, and then as it grows, it eats more, and it behaves differently to a certain extent. But was the caterpillar ever something else other than a caterpillar? No, it was just growing. And that's the same logic here, is baseline, I am me. It like actually physically pains me to not be me. And mentally pains me. So I've just let go, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done not being me. That's something on my shoe? No? Okay. And so, oh, that is so cool. Okay, I gotta show you guys this. Look at this. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at the little, it's like a little slide that has a bunch of planters. There we go. There's a slide that has a bunch of little planters. It's cute. Anyway, yeah, so I've been me, is what I'm saying. And as I grow, I'm gonna be me, but in new ways that previously just didn't fit with the me of the past. And that's kind of, that's what's happening. And that's why it may appear from an outside perspective, oh my god, the dust is fucking awful. It's like I'm getting like fucking sand in my eye. Oh, fuck. Jesus. No! The rabbit is fucking dead and ripped apart. It's so tragic. Okay, fuck. Alright. So, yeah, so it can appear as though it's like weird. He said he's being himself, but he suddenly is acting differently. Well, does that mean that all the previous times he wasn't himself? No. And that's you know, all the explanation previously apply that. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just growing. So I'm showing you guys in real time how it happens. You know, it's not like I'm hiding shit. You guys get to see, like, way more of my day than any of my friends or family or any of that. So it's like, yeah, you guys probably know me better than they do, at least the current me. They might know a previous, like, checkmark version of me. And they'll make a lot of assumptions based on a previous outdated version. But it's kind of like an operating system. You know, they might have Windows XP of Tom. And so they're like, oh yeah, I remember Tom. Wasn't he da-da-da-da-da, whatever? It's like, oh no, that's like, that's something he was doing years ago. Yeah, but like, doesn't it still apply? The answer is no. And I understand that's atypical for most people. Most people do not change as fast as I do. And that's okay. I'm just built, I'm built differently. No, I mean, true, but also, like, due to my unique kind of set of experiences, this is something I'm good at, is growing and evolving. Which, again, is why it's so important to have a partner that's also has, like, a skill set like that. If the partner doesn't have a similar skill set, we're just not going to work, because I'm going to outgrow the version of them that they love. And yeah, they could re-love a new version that maybe fits. But, you know, it could also just be the case that, like, because they're not growing, there's kind of a disconnect eventually. So, this is why it's so important for me to be very discerning with who I invite into my life, because in, like, a meaningful way, because most people will just get, like, left behind. And it's nothing against them. That's not their fault. It's just part of how I grow. And this is what makes it so isolating sometimes, because people don't get that you can just, like, one weekend and suddenly you're a different person. And it's like, huh? And the core of me is still me, but the way I make decisions is different. You know, you pit me against Tom from before the trip, and I would have a very different way that I would look at everything I'm doing. So, this is why I spend so much time and effort explaining my thought process in these videos, because I'm documenting where I was at. And you guys can't truly fathom all of the individual, like, parts, like, going on in the background in order to get me to change the way I am. I'll show you, but it's like, you know, you still, even with all this recording, you still don't see the, oh, little squirrel. You don't see the nighttime when I'm kind of setting intentions, when I'm meditating, when I'm listening to different videos and kind of letting my mind kind of piece together different things and concepts. And that's even more crucial in my growth than the actual stuff I'm doing. Because without me doing that background work at night, I just wouldn't be who I am. Because I would have a backlog of stuff that I'd have to sort through. And so I do everything in real time, where I review things and try to understand where I could have grown or done things differently, and then adapt on the fly for the future. And just like anything that I view as a problem, I say, okay, I'm gonna fucking grind this to dust and then remold it into something that works. An example, I was working on, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I'm gonna mention it now. I was working on the idea that I had to save things for last. Fuck, I hate the sand. I know there has to be a better way to deal with this fucking sand or dirt. Okay. Well, regardless, oh, an example? What I just did there, I hate the fact that there's sand in my eyes. I'm literally, in my mind, bookmarking. That's something I need to review tonight. Is there actually a way to deal with the fucking sand that doesn't make me look like a fucking idiot? And you know, honestly, even if it did, maybe I would be okay with the trade-off. But, you know, that's something where I might spend like a minute of time just thinking about it. It's not like a serious thing. And so like a more serious thing is like, oh, right, sorry. Got distracted for a second. So so I worked on the idea of making sure that I didn't save things for last, the best for last. Because that's an outdated way of looking at the world. And it's the same thing with like, you know, I use it a lot in food, where I will, instead of piling all of my favorite food to the side for last, I will eat a little bit of it. I will eat a little bit of my favorite food with a little bit of the lesser food, and they're all tasty, but the contrast is what makes it so much better. And so I found that I actually enjoy my meals more because I get a taste of that really delicious thing that I like. And then the thing that's, instead of it being a 9 out of 10, is like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. If I eat that after, and then maybe have the thing that's a 6 out of 10, where it's like, still good, but I could take it or leave it. And then I go back to the 9 out of 10, it's even better, because I just had the contrast. And I've been applying that to my life as well, where I've been noticing the days of stillness contrast the days of movement and action. And it makes the days of movement and action even more impactful to me because I just had a day of stillness. And So I get to enjoy the things like, the YouTube videos, the Twitch stream randomly, or whatever, while at the same time, I get to, fuck, I don't remember if this is where I'm supposed to turn. Anyway, but yeah, and I'll say, it's improved all metrics for me. I have to blow my nose. I'm gonna pause right here, and I'm gonna find out which street I'm supposed to turn on, because I can't remember this part. So, blow my nose, do that, and I'll come back in a second. Okay, bye. Hello, I'm back. My intuition is so smart sometimes. I stopped right at the correct place to turn. So that's really funny. I gotta remember, green fence. Green and black fence. Oh, hey, little pupper. Anyway, I'm really close to home. But, yeah, so it's contrast. And contrast is, again, this is what I was talking about, where the contrast between going on a trip and doing, a week, a month, however, a couple months of like trip, and then come back to a home with my partner where we can relax and unwind. That's going to be so crucial to have, because that's where the magic happens, in that there's a stillness that then precedes the movement, so that each part of that kind of flip-flop gets enhanced by it. And again, that's something I've learned, where, it may not be the most crazy thing I've learned, but it's something where I don't think most people live their lives like that, with a back and forth, like the wave coming into the shore and then getting pulled back out for another wave. I don't think people live like that. I think they just grind, and then they grind themselves to dust, and then wonder why they have like mental breakdowns, or have like some sort of major like meltdown. It's because you're not giving yourself time to relax and that contrast in order to rejuvenate yourself. And I think work is one of those things that it wants you to grind every day. Oh, you want to get a paycheck? Well, you got to grind every day. You get like 2 days on the weekend, but that's not enough. That's never enough. And most of the time, you get fucked out of that. You don't even get your weekend. Instead, it's Tuesday and Friday. And you're like, what the fuck am I going to do with those days? And so you get fucked, where you will just grind, and one day doesn't feel like anything when it comes to days off. All it feels like is you get to sleep in, and then you do other work that you've been putting off throughout the week in order to go to work. So, what the fuck kind of life is that? This is why you have to kind of really figure out your day-to-day, what it is that you actually enjoy doing on a day-to-day. Because when you do that, then everything can fall into place, and you can figure out the proper push and pull, and figure out when to rest and when to go hard. So yeah, something to think about, and that's what I'm doing with what I'm talking about, where it's like, I want my smaller, like, day-to-day to feel like the push and pull, and then I want the week to feel like a push and pull, the month to feel like a push and pull, and then even longer periods of time pushing and pulling. Because this is how you truly become I don't want to say happy, because it's like, you can do that, but do things that you hate. So that inevitably won't make you happy by itself. But you will have the necessary stamina in order to appreciate each aspect. And I think the more aspects you kind of fit in to the pushing and pulling, and the more variety that you have, the more, at least for me, the more I think that I will be enjoying what happens. So, yeah. And then, so that's the trajectory that I want to have my life going in. And then in terms of like actual goals, it's like, you know, have an MMO fucking made. I have a bunch of really cool like one-off game stuff that would be nice to do. There's the card stuff. It's like there's so many ideas that I genuinely think would all like do really well if I actually sat down and put the time. That's why I say, like, I know that like making money for me, I don't think is the issue. It's what it is that I'm doing. Do I feel fulfilled doing it? It's, do I feel fulfilled doing it? And if the answer is no, I'm not gonna fucking do it. So, and that's that. I'm not gonna fucking something flew into my mouth as I was talking. What the fuck? Okay, coming across the street. Okay. Whew. Still feels like it's in there. It's not, but okay. Almost spit on myself. That was great. The wind like redirected it. But yeah, at this point, my thing is, I've done the work. The internal work. I've done so much internal work. And at this point, I realized the reason things haven't necessarily manifested is because I haven't decided what the fuck I'm going to be doing. And so that's why I'm doing these videos. It's like, okay, or this video specifically, this is me trying to figure it out. So, you know, I've kind of hammered down a lot. And then I still don't know what of service act I'm going to be doing, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with my ability to see people's inner child and diagnose what the inner child problem is, or what the root cause of whatever it is that they're struggling with is. That's my superpower. I have done that my whole life, so if I can't do that by now, like, then what the fuck have I been doing all this time? Okay, well, okay, I'm here already. I was just gonna keep walking. Okay, so is there anything else I want to say? Here, let me get over to the shade real quick. Okay, so I think my work is gonna do with like diagnosing the potential things that people can alchemize. So that's number. Fuck, I don't know why my phone did that. That's the second time it's done that. I'm gonna check the storage. It shouldn't be full, but I'll check it anyway. I don't know what I was saying, but I'm gonna just recap, just in case something got fucked. So what am I gonna do as the act of service? I think the act of service is gonna have something to do with figuring out what potential alchemizing things people can do in their life to change it in some way. That's number one. Number two, I think there's also this like latent healing ability that I have. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think it has something to do with my hands. It might be a Reiki thing. So that means I probably should like try doing some sort of Reiki like hands-on thing at some point. Maybe I'll talk to the Reiki master when I come back. Be like, hey, how do I do Reiki? Because I think I have something. I just don't know how to, like, do it. Or at least how to consciously do it. Then there's... Aside from that, there's something else. There's like this... There's this desire to teach. And I don't know what I would be teaching, but I do think it has to do with alchemy. Like, and what I mean by that is like teaching people how to convert things from one perspective to another. Where it's kind of like something troubling or difficult happens in your life. It's really easy to say, oh my gosh, I hate that this happened. But when you truly understand how to alchemize a situation, you can shift the perspective. It's hard to do it in the moment, but as you get better at it, it becomes more natural. But the idea of like teaching how to shift perspective on something that you've done, because I'm very good at moving my perspective around. And as I move my perspective around, I get to see things from different angles. And that helps me to take that learn. It helps me to take that learning approach and apply it to the situation. So if someone yells at me and says, fuck you, maybe I get mad at first. And that's okay. You just feel mad for a second. Let it pass. And then afterwards, you can shift your perspective. Say, why did this guy say, fuck you? Well, did I do something that pissed this guy off? So that's number one. So now you're like shifting around. You're like looking and you're like, okay, well, I was walking across the street. I didn't see the guy coming on his car, and he had to slow down and stop for me to go all the way out. Did I have the right of way? No. Okay. So he actually said, fuck you, because I wasn't paying attention and I just walked out in the middle of the street and he had to slam on his brakes. So he was pissed. And then you're like shifting around the perspectives, and then you're like, okay, so from his perspective, some fucking dumbass comes out in the middle of the road out of nowhere and he has to slam on his brakes, right? Now, you know that it wasn't intentional and that you were walking around and like doing your thing and you were just really distracted at that moment. And so obviously it was a mistake, but he didn't know that. And so this is the alchemy thing of like, you transmute the whole thing and you're like, okay, now I can take from it the idea I need to pay more attention when I'm crossing the street or near traffic, because if I'm not, I could potentially cause an accident or get hit or whatever, right? And then you don't need to be mad at the person anymore, because the person actually was helping you by pointing out how you're fucking up. That person helped you to get to that state where maybe you avoided an accident in the future because you listened. This is what I can teach. I know I'm very good at this. So I know I can teach this really well. So that's kind of like, that's, I think in terms of the of service, I think for now, that's what I'm seeing. And also, just like a side thing, these videos, all of this is of service in so much as I'm showing people a new way of existing. And I say new, it's not that no one has done this before. It's just, I'm showing that it can be done this way. And just, that's value in and of itself. And so I think, another part of the being of service is literally me existing. And I'm not this is not an ego thing. This is like I recognize my value to other people. And, there's no ego involved here. Like, I could care fucking less if anyone sees this. I would love for more people to see it, not for my benefit, but because I know that I would be helping more people. And that's it. That's as far as it goes. I treat you guys like there's fucking millions of people watching. Even though there's only, 10, 20, however many people, right? I don't care. I'm going to continue putting the content out there. I know that eventually people will see this when they're meant to see it. And so, But yeah, even then, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, I don't care. So, anyway, I'm just gonna continue being me. That's really, I do not want to get that fucking dust in my face. I'm gonna continue being me, and as long as I do that, everything's gonna fall into place. So I don't need to worry about all this stuff. And I'm not. Just to be clear, I'm not worried. I used to be worried. You've seen me break down and be worried. I will say, I had that split-second moment of like, oh boy, here it comes again. And then it just didn't show up. I didn't have any sort of like weird panic attack or anything by like existing at this new place. In fact, like them being so kind was incredibly like helpful in me getting over that last little hurdle for being comfortable. So yeah, so that's kind of, that's really all it boils down to. So I think for now I'm just going to do what I'm doing, and I think I've kind of hammered out like a projection of like the basic framework for the life. So now it's like writing it down. Oh my god, the fucking wind. So it's like writing it down and then really like putting my heart into like, yeah, this is the life that I'm like wanting to have. And that's it. I think that's really all that's left, is just me saying, yes, this is what I'm wanting. So, so yeah, I guess look forward to seeing all of that play out. But, okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't know if this is gonna be a separate video, or if I'm just gonna tack this on to my daily vlog stuff. I feel like maybe it should be a separate video, but that's future Tom's problem, so, haha. Okay, alright, I'm gonna go. Bye. Alright, hey guys, good evening. It is 7:11, haha. I figured, I just got off the phone with someone I was chatting with, and so I figured I might as well just do this video before it gets too late. But yeah, I appreciate you guys always hanging in there for these long videos. So I probably won't make this super long. I mean, you guys saw like most of the day. I'm pretty sure that the video where I went to and from the mall, there was like an outdoor mall that I went to. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make that a separate video, because that's where I was talking about, like, it was like me real time kind of sorting through and figuring out, like, okay, what are the frameworks for how I want to envision myself going forward. So yeah, so basically, I think I'm going to make that as part of a 2-part series. And then the second video is going to be, I'm thinking, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll write down everything that I kind of covered in that video in a very concise way, and then just talk about in specific, like, what each aspect is going to look like. And I say specific, but I want to be clear. It isn't actually specific in the way you would think. I'm not going to be like saying, okay, today on Monday, I'm going to do this, and then Tuesday is going to look like this, or whatever. It's going to be more like, here's the framework for an average day. Here's the outlook for chunks of time. And then here's the more long-term goals. And because I talked about it in that video, which I think you guys should go watch, obviously. But I talked about it where there's kind of something I've kind of understood is there's like a polarity, a push and pull, similar to like ocean waves of, pushing to like do some sort of action or set of actions. So in this case, it's like for like this trip, it's me from a like broader perspective, going on the 4-week trip and then coming back and relaxing and resting and decompressing. Not that like I'm not resting here, but it's like a bit different, right? So and then on the actual week, within each individual week, there's like there's again that pushing and pulling of like some days I'll be like walking a lot and I'll be getting a lot of videos made, and then other times I'll be relaxing and maybe I'll just get like some basic stuff done. And so this is kind of how I envision my like trajectory of just life in general, is this push and pull of like trying to balance the rest so that there's no burnout, so that in the long run there's there's like moments of reprieve from constantly like working on something so that I can digest in a more in-depth way what I've learned. Because I do believe that during these moments there's a lot of growth, and then there's me coming back and really like working on gleaning the insights of like what I've learned and about myself and about how I view things and all of that stuff. And yeah, my main thing is growth. And it's like growth, but it's controlled growth. It's not uncontrolled growth. So I think that's important. And that's like a kind of a cornerstone of something that really matters to me. So yeah. But again, I kind of did a little recap there, but like seeing the process of how I kind of came to the conclusion I did. Now, to be fair, I did work a lot on the background over the past, several weeks, thinking about it just in passing, but I hadn't actually like verbalized any of it. So, yeah. Plus, like getting to see them all is kind of cool. So I think, if nothing else, like the mall section, you didn't get to see too much of it, but like, yeah, it was fine. It was kind of like I was hoping that there was an interior part of it, because there's like the wind is like kicking up all the dust, and the dust gets in your eye, and then there's the sun is beating down on like half of it, and then it's like I don't know, there wasn't really any like area to actually like sit and get a reprieve from the elements. So, but I like what they got going on in terms of the idea. I just think maybe, I don't know, maybe there's another way of executing that. Um, Not really sure what you do to make it better, but maybe get like some coverings, um, covered sections that are like specifically for resting and just vibing indoors. Like that would be pretty cool. Because effectively it's just a glorified strip mall that's like cut up into sections and has like some really nice like decorations, which is fine, but like, you know, um it was an interesting experience, I'll just say that. So, and then I watched a movie there. Um so that was cool. But yeah, today was a great day. I had some nice conversations with the owners, and yeah, I don't know. It's I think today was all around a good day. Um, I also enjoyed the walking, and there's a lot of nature that I got to like. All the birds and the the rabbits and the squirrels and stuff. Like I always enjoy checking those out, and seeing the flying V of like crows that now I know that this probably isn't actually the case, but it from above or from below, it looked like there was a bald eagle mixed in with a bunch of crows doing a flying V, and I just thought it was so funny. Um, just like, yes, there's an imposter among you. Like I'm sure it was just like one of the crows had like some sort of white feathers or something going on with their head or whatever, but it was just really funny. Oh man. Um but yeah, tomorrow's going to be raining. However, my uncle wants to meet tomorrow. He said that he will have been theoretically rested enough in order to be able to have some energy to come or to come visit. But it's me going to visit him, so um, yeah. So I don't know. I'll have to see how much rain there is, um, or how heavy it is, because yeah, I'm not sure, but it'll be happening at I think like 1:30. So I think I'll probably make some. Oh, gosh, there's so much to talk about. I I had the stuffed artichoke. It was very good. Um, I kind of forgot that the outer leaves, you can't eat the outer leaves, and I'm like, because it's been a while since I've eaten a full artichoke before, and I'm like, oh right, you can't eat the outer leaves. You can still like get a lot of the like internal like meat from the outer leaves, but like, there are certain parts of the outer leaf you just can't eat. Um, so it made it a little bit more of a messy endeavor, but it was still very good. Um, that grocery store is dangerous. They have some good food there, so um, I just think about like, oh, it's just funny. But anyway, right. So I still have the stuffed bell pepper. I'm gonna have that in the morning with salad. Um, the fruit that I got yesterday, some of it's very good. I haven't tried it all, so I don't know about everything, but yeah, I think what I've had so far is good. So I expect everything else to be good. Oh, is there anything else I need to say? I don't think so. But yeah, so the plan is effectively just to get ready. I'll just say I'm a little bit anxious about meeting the uncle, slash, like, I don't know. I think it's just his wife who lives there with him, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Um, but yeah, I I did link the channel to him a while ago. I don't know how much content he's actually watched, but I inevitably, when we talk about my dad, we're gonna have to kind of breach the topic of, like, the childhood that I lived was rough sometimes, and I don't hate him for what happened, and I wish that he was still around to be able um to just get to know him better, because, like, I know that as a child there was, like, one version of him that I saw, but I didn't actually see who he was. And when you I don't know, when you grow up with someone, especially if it's a parent, it's very easy to have, like, a caricature of them, represent them, if that's all you know of that person. And that's one of the main reasons that I'm like, aside from, like, obviously I just want to know that side of the family better, but I think it's important to give my dad more, like, have my understanding more fleshed out of, like, who he was. um and I'm just not sure where his brother's at on the, like, on the journey of kind of understanding himself. He uh, if I've learned anything over the years, it's just because you have a higher age than someone does not mean that you have a deeper understanding of yourself, and and that you have your internal stuff, like, figured out. Um, and so, he seemed very nice, and I do look forward to talking with him. I just hope that he doesn't jump the gun on judgment as I kind of talk about the childhood stuff, because I do feel it's important for him to know, because I don't know what my dad told him. I don't know how their relationship was. So I think talking about the good and the bad of the situation, and I had a lot of good memories of my dad, so it wasn't all bad. Um, but it took a long time to really heal a lot of that and to understand that just like anyone else, he was a person that was struggling, and that struggle came out in very unhealthy ways. And I think it's always important to give everyone grace, because even though it may not look like it, they are doing the best they can in the moment, even if it doesn't feel like it. Because you don't understand where they're at on their journeys. And so I think it's important to just understand that we all have things we're working on, and we're all at different parts of different paths. And, something that maybe I've worked a lot on, someone else may not have worked at all on. And there's nothing wrong with that. They might have worked on something else that I haven't even touched. So that's why grace is so important, and understanding. And, when you start there, then you can be like, okay, well, I can forgive. And then past forgiveness is acceptance, of accepting who they are as they were. And then past that is truly just unconditionally loving that person, regardless, because everyone deserves love. And I think it's important that there's a path there. And I think, each one of you can work on it. So, yeah. But I don't know. I just think that I just hope that as you guys have kind of seen my journey, it's important to love yourself. It's important to love others. It's important to forgive yourself. It's important to forgive others. And, the more you work on doing that, the more you're able to really lighten the burdens that each of you are carrying. Because when we get angry or frustrated or have, it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel frustrated. But when we kind of transmute that into like these other emotions that we kind of carry, like rage, like things like feeling like you need to like be vindicated, or you need to seek justice, or whatever it is. It's fine to want justice, but it's not okay to go and hurt someone in order to do it. And I think that's where, we can stop the cycles by forgiving and by loving. We don't have to carry those emotions, those negative emotions. We can let them go. And when you let it go, it feels really good, because it's like a shackle that you put on yourself. You just let it go. And that's it. has nothing to do with anyone else. It just has to do with you taking the time to let go of the frustrations you're feeling. Because at the end of the day, all the frustration really is just you feeling hurt that someone did something that you didn't like, or they crossed a boundary, or whatever it is. And it's okay to feel hurt that someone would cross a boundary, but that's it. All you have to do is understand that your boundaries are important, and it's important to state your boundaries. You don't want to be a walking doormat, but you don't have to be another kind of doormat. And what I mean by that is you don't have to be someone who carries the burden of frustration or anger towards someone else. Because that is another kind of doormat where you're just collecting these angers and these frustrations from things that people have done. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna let you guys go. I think I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, look forward to the other video. I also just didn't even think I was gonna be talking about this stuff. I guess it just has to do with like the dad stuff, and like, I love him. We're all just trying to live in the world. We're all trying to figure out how to exist here. So it's like, yeah. But all right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Have a good night.